Emerald Fennel, you should be allowed to make every goddamn movie. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant the Movie and TV Guy. Welcome to Raising Up Popcorn with Grant, everybody. I am in my hotel room still. We are going home tomorrow. But before then, I know I'm a day late. Stuff came up. This is the first time I've had a moment to get this out. But we're here to talk about a movie. Movies and TVs that we do here on Raising Up Popcorn with Grant, and that movie is Saltburn. Saltburn is written and directed by Emerald Fennel. This is her second feature following one of my favorite films of 2020, Promising Young Woman. Back again with Saltburn. So what is Saltburn about? Well, it's told from the point of view of a fellow by the name of Oliver Quick. He is played by Barry Keoghan in the best performance in a career of great performances. He's Oliver Quick, and he is narrating the story of how he met a gentleman, seemingly past tense, about how he met a fellow by the name of Felix. That Felix in question he meets as a student at Oxford, and Felix is played by, speak of the devil, we talked about him a couple weeks ago in another terrific film, Jacob Elordi, who I officially am no longer have any kind of beef with. So, he instantly is charmed by Oliver after he helps him with his bike, and he's taken with Oliver's story seemingly of being raised by two addicts and his belief that he never wants to go home again. And so he says, well, here's a great idea. Why don't you come with me to our families to spend the summer with me and my family at our castle called Saltburn. Yeah, they live in a castle, and he ingratiates himself, for the most part, with the family. Felix's father, played by Richard E. Grant, his sister, played by Alison Oliver, and especially taken with him is Felix's very, very, very icy mother, Elspeth, played by the terrific Rosamund Pike in her best performance since Gone Girl. And not so convinced, however, is Felix's cousin, who also was at Oxford, that being his cousin Farley, who is from America. He's played by Gran Turismo star Archie Medekwe. And also at the house is a house guest who seemingly won't leave. Her name is... what's her name? Sorry, I gotta look this up. It's been a day since I saw this movie. I should remember this. Oh, Poor Dear Pamela. That's right, Pamela. So the poor Dear Pamela, if you would, played by Carey Mulligan in sort of an extended cameo. Elle's best friend, who is the house guest who will not leave despite their very subtle and non-subtle shit-talking hints. But very soon, Oliver begins seducing everybody in every possible way, sexually as well as personality-wise. And is he just a good house guest? Is he just, making friends? Or does Oliver have a more sinister plan for this family and for their castle? And what necessarily happened at Saltburn that Oliver is looking back on so fondly? It's going to be a very, very, very cruel summer, as Taylor Swift once sang, let the mayhem begin. So, Saltburn is, I am going to say something that if you know this other film, it'll probably give the game away for you, so I'm going to give you a slight warning now. This is Emerald Fennel's Talented Mr. Ripley. That is 100% what this is. This is, if you've seen Talented Mr. Ripley, you kind of have a good idea where this movie's going to go. If you haven't, you're in a good space. Don't Google Talented Mr. Ripley plot synopsis if you're going to go see Saltburn. So, this movie, that being said, as far as unofficial remakes of the sort go, I think I might like this a little better than Talented Mr. Ripley, and I love that movie. I love Saltburn. Yeah, this is another winner for 2023. I love this movie. This is one of the best films of the year. It's 2 for 2 for Miss Fennel. 3 for 3 if you count her acting work in Barbie this year as a Midge. she makes these movies that are like candy-colored pop nightmares that I love. There's something about her style, and she shoots this movie in like the Academy aspect ratio. So like center screen, black bars on the side, like you're looking at a square in the center of the screen. And that has such an impact. There are shots in this movie that I think are among the best shots, most beautiful looking shots of the decade. And what I love about this movie, first and foremost, is the cast performances. Everybody in this movie is phenomenal. Particularly, though, if I had to pick particulars, everybody in this cast. Alison Oliver, who was totally an unknown to me, absolutely knocked out of the park as the sister. She's terrific. There's a monologue she has toward the last act of the film that is fantastic. But I think that the movie really belongs, heart and soul, to, especially to Barry Keoghan and Rosamund Pike. These two are just terrific in this movie. They're absolutely great. And the soundtrack of this movie, the movie is set, I should also mention, is set primarily in the summer of 2006. And so the whole soundtrack is like these early, not even necessarily dubstep, I guess, but like pre-EDM, like MGM, like, let me put it to you this way. A lot of Arcade Fire, a little bit of Block Party. It's a little on those, but there's a big Partying at the Rich House set to MGMT's Time to Pretend. That should, yeah, a little on the nose, but you know. And then the movie gets weird. And I will say this. If you liked Promising Young Woman for its crowd-pleasing angles, but were turned off by its more incendiary elements, you might not like Saltburn, because there are a lot of incendiary elements. You've heard about some of them. I don't even think it's a spoiler at this point. Semen bathwater. Yeah, that, first and foremost. Grave fucking. That's one. I'm not kidding, this is in the movie. This pushes on the edges. Among other things, a vampire analogy that goes to a comical place in regards to going down on someone. Yeah, it's pretty. There are some pretty graphic scenes in this. It is the hardest of hard R's. However, that being said, I love this movie. Now, it is ill-behaved, it is depraved, it is a movie where not a single character is a genuinely good person. And I love this movie. This is a movie that genuinely, I was excited for Emerald Fennell's second feature. I am ecstatic for her third one. She is quickly becoming one of my new favorite filmmakers. I love this movie. I loved Saltburn. It is an absolute neo-pop goth masterpiece. I love this movie. And I'm going to give Saltburn, yeah, you see it. Bang! 5 out of 5 stars plus. Wow, you guys. This has just been a good year for movies. This has been a great year for movies. Almost better than last year. It's getting there. I love this movie. So yeah, it's going to be a big list at the early next year. So that being said, Saltburn, 5 out of 5 stars plus. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. Also, there is the ending of this movie, without saying what it is fabulous. And you'll immediately want to go and listen to the song that plays. That's all I'll say. Alright. Okay, so the trailer trash. Let's talk about the trailer trash. Imaginary, talked about it, looks good. Anyone But You, talked about it, looks good. The Iron Claw, talked about it, looks good. Poor Things, talked about it, looks good. Night Swim, talked about it, looks good. Mean Girls, talked about it, looks good. The Beekeeper, talked about it, looks good. And American Fiction, talked about it, looks good. And was there shawarma? Yes, during the credits there are various images that pop up throughout the credits. No scenes, but there are some really cool images. But that's it. We will be back. When's the next time we'll be back? Well, Wednesday night. We will be with a review of Godzilla -1, the early screening. I'm going to that. Also next weekend we have Silent Night, The Shift, which I finally get to talk about. This will actually be the first time I'm seeing the completed version. The second time I'm seeing some form of this movie. And then Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. Candy Cane Lane. Also coming up on the horizon, we got The Abyss Special Edition Dolby re-release. We also have Waitress the Musical, Love Actually, the 20th anniversary re-release, The Boy and the Heron, Wonka, a lot of cool stuff coming out. So that's all coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, pessimist. I love you 2000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. And if you want to find my elsewhere reviews of this and other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at RaisinPopcornGrant. Twitter, I'm at RaiseGrant. You can find me on Facebook, Raisin Popcorn with Grant. Serialized, I'm all one word, all lowercase, based on popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raisin Popcorn with Grant, the podcast, on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Raisin Popcorn with Grant, if I didn't mention that. Some of you already have, but if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below, what did you think of Saltburn? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Bye. See you around, guys. Bye.